Hi everyone! It's science time, and today I have a challenge for you to make a maze, to come up with your own way to make a maze. And there's a couple ways you can do this. So I'll show you different kinds, and then I'll show you the ones that I made. So let's see. Different things that you can use to make a maze. You can use a cardboard box. You can, if you have enough toilet paper rolls, if you have a ball that'll fit small enough. This person came up with tiles that match the color of the tubes, and then if you draw like a cut yellow, you're trying to get the ball through the yellow. That one looks a little different than most mazes. Your maze can be as simple as just a paper plate and some straws. You start at one end, you try to get the ball, you move the paper plate so that the ball will get all the way to the end. You have to glue the straws down, so the directions for that is to get a paper plate, some straws, some glue, a marble or a bead. You're going to need scissors to cut the straws apart. And then you can lay them out, and it can even look kind of crazy, like this one. It doesn't have to be laid out exactly. It can kind of go different directions, and you're trying to go from one side all the way over here to the end. Another kind of maze you can make is using Legos or Duplos and build up a maze if you have a board big enough to do that. Here's another one with straws. They use a cardboard box instead of a paper plate. And here's another cardboard box, one that uses all cardboard box. Another kind is a magnet maze. Oops. And so you can draw a path, and you want to move the magnet down through the path. That's if you have a magnet, like this one uses a magnet wand and like a magnet ball. Or you could use a paper clip if you have a strong enough magnet to do that. This one has some good questions. This one's about a Lego maze, but some things you need to think about no matter what kind of maze you make is how wide does the path need to be? Because what are you putting through the maze, and will it fit? Are you going to make any obstacles? Are you going to make it just straight from one end to the other? If you're like making with Legos, you could build it up to where there's a ramp in the center. And so if you have that kind of Legos, you could think about making a ramp or a second level. Is there anything you could add to make the journey through the maze smoother? Could you make it go better? So like if your path is too small, you might have to widen it, or maybe the thing that you're putting through the maze needs to be a different size. So that's an example. They have, you go in here and there's like a ramp, you can go up onto that one. I think that's probably their end. Okay, so after you do it, you might want to make some changes. So what could you change to your maze? I can't wait to see what you all came up with. So here's a couple mazes that I put together real quick to give you some more examples. So one maze that I made is with a paper plate. Let's see, this way. And so I drew on it, and I happen to have a set of a magnet wand and some magnets that go with it, but a paper clip would work too. And so for the magnet maze, I put this one on one side of the paper plate. Might take down a little bit. So it would be the butterflies the start, and the butterflies trying to get to the flower. So then I take my magnet wand on the other side. I have to make sure it's on the right side. Yeah, there we go. And it's hard to do looking at the computer. So I'm going to follow my line and try to get my magnet to stay on the line and follow the path all the way to the flower. So that's that maze. And another maze I made is with Duplos, because I have a big board. So I quickly put together, and I was thinking this would be this, no, this would be the start. And there, you go through, there's not very many obstacles to this one. There's some places that kind of get a little stuck, but not very many obstacles. And so I have a couple different balls I could put through it. Like this one I tried, but really, in some of these spots, it's kind of too big. This part right here, specifically. If I made this a little wider, then I could definitely use this ball. So I also found a smaller one. I went with my magnets, but it would still work. It's the size of a marble. And so I could put it in one end, and I just tilt my board to get the ball to go through, and then come out the other side. And then something else I was thinking I could put through this maze. This is not a real egg. This is a cardboard, you paint on it, egg that I found that I already had. So like one of those eggs that snap apart, if you have a small one of those, since it's almost Easter time and people might have their eggs out, you could try putting a ball through your maze and then see how an egg rolls through your maze. Now you'd have to make a maze that's big enough to roll your egg, but you can try both a ball and an egg if you can make one that's big enough. All right, I hope to see a picture of what you created, or if you want to take a video of how your maze works, that would be great too. Bye everyone.